Hello, welcome to part 3 of our video lecture on chapter 13, adjective clauses. I'm actually going to have a part 3a and a part 3b. There's a couple of different grammar points that I need to cover, the last grammar points in the chapter that we have on the test. And I don't think I can fit it into one 15-minute video, so I'm going to make two smaller videos for this. So jumping right into the first one for tonight. This is the punctuation of adjective clauses, and to introduce the idea of restrictive and non-restrictive clauses, which we talked about in class a little bit, as you might have caught. But let's review it again here as well. In some sentences, the adjective clause is very necessary, and actually in almost all of the sentences with adjective clauses we've talked about so far, they have been these kinds of sentences, where the adjective clause gave very crucial information that described the noun. However, in some sentences, the adjective clause is actually not essential. It's not really crucial for the meaning of the sentence. These are sentences with adjective clauses that just give some bonus information, some kind of, oh, by the way kind of information about the noun that they're modifying. So to show some examples and to get into the exact terminology. So the first kind that we were talking about were restrictive clauses. Now, restrictive clause, these are the adjective clauses that are necessary to identify the noun. We need this information to help us understand what the noun is, who it is, or what it is that we're talking about. Now again, these are the sentences that we have seen quite a bit thus far in the chapter. You may have noticed that they do not have commas. That would be quite unusual, at least around the restrictive clause anyway. And then some examples. The professors who teach Chemistry 101 are great lecturers. So again, this is a restrictive clause. You notice there are no commas here around that clause. Now, this adjective clause is giving crucial information about the noun, so you know who I'm talking about. So the professors are great lecturers. Well, what professors are we talking about? All the professors? All the professors in the world, or all the professors in this university or something? No, I specify I'm only talking about the professors who teach Chemistry 101 in this particular context, are great lecturers. So it restricts the meaning of the noun to only those who qualify under these. So that's a restrictive clause. No commas, it's necessary information. It's kind of our usual adjective clause that we've been seeing so far. An island that is popular with tourists is Fiji. No. Our independent clause is an island is Fiji. Obviously, that doesn't seem to be the main point of the sentence. Something there is quite missing. This is quite crucial for the intended meaning of the sentence. I'm not just trying to tell you that there's some island that's named Fiji. This is what I'm trying to tell you. An island that is popular with tourists, this kind of island is what I'm talking about, happens to be called Fiji. So again, that's a restrictive clause. It's necessary information. We do not put any commas around it. Now, the other type, non-restrictive clauses, is kind of the new one. We haven't really talked about this one yet. These are adjective clauses that provide additional information, but not really crucial information about the noun. And these require commas. Let's take a look at our examples. You can get an idea of what we're talking about. Professor Wilson, comma, who teaches Chemistry 101, comma, is an excellent teacher. So let's think about the adjective clause that we have here. Is this information really crucial to the main idea of my sentence? It's not. Look at the independent clause alone. Professor Wilson is an excellent teacher. That's what I'm trying to say. He's just a good teacher. Oh, by the way, he teaches Chemistry 101. That's just some extra little bonus information there. That's why we identify it with the commas in writing. In speaking, we would identify this with a pause in our sentence. So for example, listen to me one more time. Professor Wilson, who teaches Chemistry 101, is an excellent teacher. You can hear my pauses around that clause. You can hear my commas, so to speak. So again, these are non-restrictive clauses, just some bonus information. By the way, we need to have those commas there. And the next one, Hawaii, comma, which consists of 8 main islands, comma, is a favorite vacation spot. Now again, look at my independent clause, the main sentence. Hawaii is a favorite vacation spot. That's my main point. How many islands are in Hawaii is not my main point. This is just bonus, by the way, information. So we need to identify it with the commas. There's that kind of a clause. Some notes on the non-restrictive clauses, the ones with the commas. First of all, you'll notice that they are very common with proper nouns. So a proper noun is the exact name of the person, the exact name of the place. So if you have an adjective clause describing a proper noun, quite often, not all the time, but quite often, it will be a non-restrictive clause. You see from our examples already, we have that. Professor Wilson, that's a proper noun. And then look, we have the non-restrictive clause coming right after that. Hawaii, that's the proper noun, and it's also followed by our non-restrictive clause. Okay, so that's one little hint. It's one little hint that quite often that you will see on the test actually, where if I have a proper noun, it's probably followed by a non-restrictive clause. Get that comma in there. And then another thing that'll really help you out, especially for the test, do not use that. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Do not use that in a non-restrictive clause. Now, you remember that in a restrictive clause, we use that a lot, all the time. For a person, you can say who, and you can say that. It's your choice. For a thing, describing a thing, you can say which, or you can say that. It's very flexible. You can use what you need. However, in a non-restrictive clause, don't use it. Don't use that. It does not work. If you're talking about a person, you have to use who. If you're talking about things, you have to use which. And that's it. And you'll see from our examples here, that's what we did. Professor Wilson, that's a person who teaches Chemistry 101. I cannot say Professor Wilson, that teaches Chemistry 101, is an excellent teacher. It's considered wrong. It's just considered wrong for the grammar. That's got to be who, that's got to be which, because they're in the non-restrictive clause. All right, keep that in mind, especially as you take the test, of course. Now here I have some sentences. 2 of them are restrictive. Don't put in any commas. 2 of them are non-restrictive. They need commas. Go ahead and take a look, see if you can identify which are restrictive, which are non-restrictive. You can pause the video here, take a look at the sentences, and then hit play again when you have your answers. Okay, that was my little pause to give you a chance to pause. I'm assuming that you've looked at the sentences, you have the answers. So let's check. For the non-restrictive clauses, the non-restrictive ones, number 1 and number 4. They need the commas. They are non-restrictive adjective clauses. Rice, comma, which is grown in many countries, comma, is a staple food in much of the world. And there it's kind of clear that this is just some bonus information. By the way, it's grown in many countries. This is the main context. Number 4, John Colton. There's your first clue. That's a proper noun. Proper nouns are often followed by non-restrictive. John Colton, comma, who passed away in 2004, comma, was a kind and loving man. So again, if you take out this clause, you can see quite clearly that it is non-restrictive. The sentence without this clause would be fine. John Colton was a kind and loving man. That's the main point of the sentence. This is just some bonus information about John Colton. Now the other 2. number 2 and number 3, these are restrictive. These clauses are quite crucial. What rice are you talking about? What rice was very good? This rice was very good. I'm only talking about the rice which we had for dinner last night. So you could have which, you could have that, right? This is a non-restrictive, both could go in there. And number 3, the article was about a man who died of a rare disease. What man are you talking about? We need that information. This is crucial. It is a restrictive clause. No commas should go there. It just stays clean like that. And you could change this to that, no problem. It's a restrictive clause. You can do that. The article was about a man that died of a rare disease. All right, now if you need some more practice with that, page 287, there we go, exercise 37, and that can help you with it. There's just one more thing I want to talk about with the restrictive and the non-restrictive clauses, and it's just to show how they change the meaning of the sentence. They are really crucial for the sentence to show what meaning that we have for it. I'll give you an example. Compare these two pairs of sentences, these two contexts. A, we took some children on a picnic. The children who wanted to play soccer ran to an open field. B, we took some children on a picnic. The children who wanted to play soccer ran to an open field. The words are identical. The only difference is I've identified this as a non-restrictive clause. It changes the meaning. These have a very distinct, different meaning. So what could that be? Now, in case you're not sure what it is, to help you along, one of those sentences, or the sentence pairs, only some of the children ran to the open field, not all of them, only some. And in which sentence did all of the children run to an open field? Okay, well the answer is, if you have a restrictive clause, remember you could take out that whole middle part and the sentence is fine. And if you do that, what do you have? The children ran to an open field. Doesn't that imply all of them did? We took some children on a picnic. The children ran to an open field. I didn't say some of them. I didn't say a few of them. I just said the children. This sentence, they all went. Oh, and by the way, why did they all go? Well, by the way, they wanted to play soccer. That's why. That's just some bonus information to let you know why they ran to an open field. Now, the other one is not that case. The children who wanted to play soccer ran to an open field. This is crucial information for the sentence. I'm saying only the children who wanted to play soccer, not some of the other children at the picnic. Only these children who wanted to play soccer ran to an open field. So, in this case, only some. In the non-restrictive, all of them went. Could be a little tricky. This is basically the rules for that. Restrictive clauses are crucial to the sentence. They let you know kind of an only feeling. I'm only talking about the children who wanted to do this. There's other children that I'm not talking about and they didn't do this. That's what it's saying. Now, for the other part, for the B, the non-restrictive clauses are not crucial to the sentence. You could take it out and then it's kind of easy to know that all of them went. They do not restrict the subject. All of them did whatever's in that sentence, whatever's in the independent clause of that sentence anyway. All right. Here's another quick example. We're about out of time for this video, but it's kind of the same sort of thing. We have a lot of students this semester. The students who attend class 5 hours a day have become quite good. Actually, I read that the wrong way. The students who attend class 5 hours a day have become quite good. The students who attend class 5 hours a day have become quite good. And again, very quickly, the restrictive one, you could take out that whole thing, and what does it mean? All the students have become quite good. Oh, and by the way, they attend 5 hours of class a day, by the way, but they all have become quite good. But here, it's restricted. Only these students, not all of them, just only the ones who attended 5 hours a day have become quite good. Some review here to help you out with that. Otherwise, that will do it for today.